Welcome to ActiveLab, the ActiveSGV podcast.
We're your hosts. I'm Andrea.
I'm Carly.
And we both work on the CalFresh team here at ActiveSGV. So a couple years ago in 2020, our team had a COVID podcast. And since then, it's kind of been put on the back burner for a little bit, but we're here and we're back to revamp a new era for the ActiveSGV podcast.
So if you do hear a lot of noises, it's because we're at our offices at the Jeff Seymour Family Center in El Monte, and we're right by an airport. And we just got a lot of things going on here because a ton of people work out of the center. So you're just getting a taste of
Life
where
at
we
the Jeff
work.
Seymour.
Yeah. So what are we talking about today, Andrea?
So today's episode, we are going to be sharing a little bit about one of our favorite projects, the CalFresh program, CalFresh Healthy Living. Carly and I are both health educators and physical activity coordinators for the CalFresh program here at ActiveSGV. We have worked with this program for about 4 years now. We started in 2020 and we're into year 4. So do you want to share a little bit about CalFresh?
Sure, yeah. So if you haven't heard of CalFresh before, a government-funded program that provides food assistance as well as nutrition education throughout the state of California. And our team specifically is part of CalFresh Healthy Living, which is a branch of that. And we are in the community doing nutrition education classes, physical activity classes, food demos, and just talking to people about how they can live healthier lives.
Yeah, we're really kind of like the boots on the ground for our respective region in the San Gabriel Valley. We work between the East LA area and the SGV, specifically in the El Monte area and Pasadena. We've partnered with schools, with gardens, community centers, community-based organizations, and parks to deliver our information and any resources that we can to help folks out and get them the information that they need about healthy living. So we as a team don't necessarily sign folks up for CalFresh. However, we are in the classrooms, we're amongst the community, we're at public events, we're at community events, sharing as much as we can with folks. And that happens through either workshops or classes. Sometimes it's just giving them cookbooks and materials like that. But we also show people how to cook and how to really implement these practices into their everyday life.
Yeah, and another cool thing that we participate in is free produce distributions,
Yes.
which occur at parks and community centers across LA County.
Yeah.
And it's really cool because anyone can go, and there's always a great assortment of fruits and veggies that families can get. And so sometimes we show up, and if someone gets like an item that they're not familiar with, like a weird vegetable that maybe they've never cooked before, we can provide recipe ideas, and it's just like a cool way to get people to think about, I don't know.
Yeah, just think about like the foods that they're eating in ways that a lot of times if we don't have this sort of practice or this information readily available to us, or we didn't grow up with it, it's a lot harder to expand our mindset when it comes to mixing and matching different veggies or different fruits. Sometimes, we might get stuck in the same couple of fruits and vegetables. And actually, one of the things that I always try to promote to my students is you want to get a huge variety of different foods, especially fruits and vegetables. You don't want to eat the same fruits and vegetables every day because you need a diversity of nutrients. You need an assortment of different vitamins and minerals that those fruits and vegetables can give you. And so so incorporating different things, so not just eggplant and maybe not just, I don't know, if your favorite ones are zucchini and tomato. Those are great, but there's a lot of other vitamins and minerals that can come from other things like leafy greens, like spinach and beets and things like that. So our classes, I think, show folks how to incorporate different produce or different fruits and vegetables that they might not have or have used before in order to make sure that they're maximizing the amount of nutrients that they're getting in their diet. Another thing I wanted to share, you mentioned anyone can attend the produce distributions. That is very true, and a lot of times folks, we help host some in parks or in schools, and even though they're through the school and they take place, during school hours, like maybe right before or right after, anyone in the community can stop by and get produce. There, you don't need to be a student, you don't need to be a family member of a student who's there. You can just be passing by on your way to work or school or wherever and stop by and grab a box. So I always encourage folks, it's there, it's free, it's for everyone, and it's really just to encourage, eating healthier foods and more produce and more fresh fruits and vegetables. And so definitely stop by. All they usually ask is just for the number of members in your household, just to determine how much food they should give you, and that's literally it. You don't need to give your name or your phone number. You don't need to sign up ahead of time. It's for everyone. So it's a great thing. It's a great
and shout
resource.
out to the various food banks that we work with that provide the produce for these events.
Yeah.
They're all really great to work with.
Yeah, and there's always something fun. And we've had once like bags of avocados, which is a rare, I feel like you don't see that often in produce distribution.
No, and they're so expensive in stores, so it's great.
So yeah, we've had things like avocados. We've had Chinese eggplants. We've had different types of apples, lots of different fruits. We had, now I can't remember what it was called, but it was this like really crazy zucchini looking thing.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't exactly a zucchini. Anyway, summer squash.
We diverge.
Yeah.
No, that's not the word.
No, but
we digress.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the squash.
But so that's like a little bit about CalFresh, but what do you, or like what's the question? Why do you like working on the CalFresh team?
Well, first of all, I love working on CalFresh because I love food and I love sharing food with people and cooking, and any chance that I get to do that is amazing. But I also think that it's really impactful work because we are really able, like there's been so many moments where we've been able to really connect with our audience or with our community in ways that I haven't been able to connect in other programs or projects or work that I've personally done. And so it's really cool to see that kind of that impact that we can have, whether it's in the schools with the students, who love to learn, who love to try the different foods that we prepare for them. Also working in the gardens is like another incredible experience that I don't think I would have had otherwise, working in any other program. I really, really love working in the gardens, and we worked with slightly older students, so they were seniors in high school. And for me, I thought that was really cool because it was their gardening club and it was an after school program that it was optional for them, but so many students came out. I think we had like 20 to 30 students in every class that we hosted in partnership with their gardening club and Eco Urban Gardens, which is another nonprofit here in the community. And it was just really cool to see like these students are really enthusiastic about gardening, about living a healthier lifestyle, sharing food with each other and cooking together after school. Like you could really see that that's where they were, what they were passionate about. And then the added layer to that is like knowing that in a year, and now today, those kids are in college and some of them are living on their own. And I think that's really cool to know that we were able to help give them the tools to encourage a healthier lifestyle for the years that are to come.
Yeah, especially in college. I remember eating like crap.
Same.
I can't say that.
I wish I would tell the kids this all the time too. It's like if I had gardening class when I was in school, or a culinary class when I was in school, or even a CalFresh healthy living nutrition class, like I think my life would have been so different, and maybe the trajectory of my life might have been, not that I love where I'm at now, but I just think like having those resources as a young adult or teenager is really, really incredible and important, and I'm really happy that they're able to have that now.
Yeah, definitely. I agree, because like we didn't have this kind of stuff when we were growing up, so I'm really glad that it's finally being prioritized, because it's so important. Like what we eat every day is just like, it's like baseline of what's going to help us thrive, not just now, but as we get older.
And I think something that we have, like what our job is to do now is help folks unlearn a lot of information and a lot of stuff that that we all, not just, I think everyone as a society and a collective kind of grew up practicing when it came to food and wellness and health and just understanding how our bodies work. We have to kind of teach everyone that now. But I think with programs like ours and others that are teaching kids from a younger age, you know, their future is going to be a lot healthier, and hopefully like those will already be embedded into them as adults, and they'll pass that on to their kids, so that, you know, there might be less of a need for us because people will be practicing it.
I also think that like food can be kind of an interesting subject for folks because of food insecurity or the way someone grew up. Maybe it was hard to get food, and there's also like these weird comments that maybe we've heard growing up, like your culture's food is unhealthy. And I think a lot of that, unlearning that and realizing that like a lot of our food isn't unhealthy.
Right.
And you know, maybe there's some things like maybe don't put lard in your beans. Like that's just one simple swap, but beans itself is like such a nutrient-filled dish that keeps you full and provides you all these different things that your body needs. So like that's what I love about this. Like I think not thinking of food as like good or bad. It's like all food is amazing, and like just kind of learning about the diversity of the different foods, and trying to like eat a rainbow, but also moderation. And you know, personally I like to indulge in a sweet every now and then, and that's okay, and like trying not to punish ourselves with food, and and just learning how to have balance.
Yeah, and to your point about like food and culture, I think that's something that CalFresh does really well, is we try to provide folks with reinterpretations of foods that maybe they grew up eating, and showing the ways that it can be served a little healthier, lighter, maybe make a swap here and there for different ingredients to make sure we're getting the most amount of nutrients that we can get. So and we provide a ton of different cookbooks in different languages, everything from help like food with a twist, to Mexican food, Mexican dishes. We have soul food. We have Chinese cookbooks, and I think it's just it's cool to be able to see, you know, folks get excited when they get those cookbooks and like eager to try the recipes themselves and see, you know, which ones they love and how they can add them to their everyday routines and stuff like that.
And I'll plug a website, eatfresh.org.
Go-to website.
A great resource for everyone to find different recipes. My favorite thing to do is like Google by ingredient. So I'm like big on limiting food waste. So I look through my fridge, see what food items I have, go on eatfresh.org and see what recipes pop up. And it's a great way to use what you already have and cook something healthy for yourself. Yeah,
they have a really great feature where you can select by ingredient. You can also select by the type of kitchen you have. So if you want to prepare something that's like no cook, like a cold recipe, or like minimal kitchen utensils or whatnot. So it's really cool. They really like make it really usable and easy for folks to understand and like apply it to their everyday life, which is great. And there's a ton of different recipes, and we've cooked a lot of them ourselves. I think like almost all of them.
What's your go-to?
Ooh, I really love the rainbow noodle salad.
Yes,
that's my
favorite.
Knew you were gonna say
that.
It's so good.
Yeah, that's definitely a good one.
It's like rice noodles, tofu, tons of veggies, a really delicious vinaigrette, and it's super easy to make. That's one of my favorites. What's yours?
I was gonna say the cucumber salad.
Oh yeah, that's an
good.
OG classic by our team. We make that all the time.
Yeah,
that one's really good.
Let's talk upcoming events.
Yeah,
we're doing a lot.
Yeah, CalFresh is busy. We're busy all year round, during the school year, during the summer. There's always fun things going on. Right now, we are gearing up to start some nutrition education classes for our community at LA Historic State Park, as well as yoga classes and nutrition education classes at Salazar Park, which will be bilingual. And then you also are going to be teaching yoga at LA
State Historic Park, Wellness Yoga Wednesdays, we're calling it.
Nice.
So stay tuned for all these events. Follow us at ActiveSGV on all social media platforms to figure out when we're leading these classes. All classes are free and open to anyone. We're also going to be in Pomona.
All levels also.
We're going to be at Obregon Park.
Yes.
So we're kind of all over. So
yes.
try to find
Find
us.
Join one of our classes. They're super fun. We always love new participants. And you can join, like we said, at any level. At any of our classes, they're open to the public.
We usually have giveaways like cookbooks and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That's
thanks for chatting with us about
CalFresh. We're going to switch gears a little bit and go into some segments that we're going to be trying out each episode.
Yes.
We're calling this Office Talk. So
Office Talk.
what is Office Talk?
Office Talk is like the cheesemate of the office.
I mean, no, we're not gonna.
Why not?
We're not gonna like.
Cheesemate in a good way.
Okay, yeah, good.
The happenings.
Okay,
It's the happenings. It's the day to day. It's what's going on.
Basically, during our all staff meetings, we usually have a theme that we're talking about, and everyone gets to go around and like share about that theme, and it's just like a really fun way to get to know each other and kind of not always talk about the day-to-day stuff.
Break it up a little bit.
And what is this episode?
Happiness. What's making you happy? What is bringing you joy, or what has brought you joy so far in 2024? Which, by the way, we're in March, so that's really crazy.
Do you want to start?
No, you start.
I'll start? Okay.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's March. It's Pisces season. I'm a Pisces. So I feel like my year is starting. So I'm really excited. And what's bringing me joy and making me happy right now are my various hobbies and clubs. And my coworker put it really beautifully today. He said, when hobbies and community meet, and I think that's what's really...
Who said that?
Pepe said that.
Oh,
Shout out
that's
Pepe.
cute.
I know. So it's really cool. So we're in a book club together. That's one of my hobbies and clubs. I'm in a scrapbooking club. Look up Scrapbooking LA on Instagram. And I've been dancing with my best friends, and it's just, I don't know, hobbies are important, and I really love them. But also like doing these things in community is really special.
Yeah, that's cool.
What's making you happy?
Well, I was saying the other day that one of the simple pleasures in life is just reading a book. And I've been, because of book club and just in general, trying to read more. I try to read one book every month, and if I'm really, really good, 2 to 3 books every month. So I've really been prioritizing that and taking, somebody also mentioned like days when you have nothing planned and you don't have to like do anything. Those are super rare for me in my life. And actually this weekend I had one of those moments where I was like, I have a Saturday and a Sunday with nothing to do, nothing on the calendar. So I got to just like be spontaneous and go with the flow and stay in bed a little longer and then go eat wherever I wanted to. And it was really nice.
That is nice and very rare.
Yeah, I really appreciated that. So books and just the easy, chill life, and also my cats.
Yeah.
Always my cats.
I did want to shout out one of our staff members has a book club that's open to the public.
Yes.
No Book Club. You can also find that on Instagram. But I think that's it for today.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us on our...
We were going to do a handshake.
Thanks for joining us on our first podcast, the ActiveLab.
Of the rebrand.
Of the reboot. The podcast reboot. We're excited, and each episode will be a different topic with different guests, different hosts, and we're just excited to share what's going on in the SGV and with our community and here at ActiveSGV.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment.
Bye.